Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Liberation TV. Today's edition is going to be with DDC Tapang. I will tell who this is Liberation TV. Shadow and the Tal. You are welcome to Liberation TV. What is that?
No, go on, please.
Okay, you're welcome to Liberation TV. Sorry for the delay. I must apologize to all of you. We should have been live in 1 hour, 1 hour's time, but now so we want to apologize for that. The message that we are going to give to you is very important. It's not about the look. It's about the message that we are going to give to you today. And so I want to thank you all for your participation, for all the good job that you are doing, for all your commitment. And we are begging on each and everyone to share and invite so that we build the platform. I know some of you are disappointed because we came late. Apologies for that. So please, everyone should share and invite right now at this time so that we can go from there. Thank you. God bless you.
What's your Facebook page?
Verla Officials. So for them to go. Message of
strong enough when I by the grace of God. If we said the past week we just pass. Now probably to Cameroon inside community say me they wipe anything with inside Momo. Me they wipe Momo into dust. They enter candy. They all can't thank them. We go social media, you see fake information. They all wipe all the bars inside Momo. But they don't can't thank me, no see go. I dey thank my brothers them. I sit down my brothers them for Central Bank people new men General Commando. I say appreciate it too for a great work too. Wait you don't work too. Because they pass through they enter they go for one area today. They seem they wipe all thing too. But they enter they know say man boy in this side Momo. Momo be unshakable. So far as we inside Momo be unshakable. La probably the big na big when that Momo. La probably no just space when that Momo. Now who the control Momo? Now who get Momo? I'm a man Amazon but Moon see. Me all now copy this one is an example. For example, Momo here. La probably the camera don't enter. Say me wipe the barrack for General big number. Me wipe the barrack for General Commando. They not succeed. Because they stand up strong. They stand up with the fight. Now will be the Washan, what did happen? Now because they stand up strong, they stand for the fight. We stand for total independence. We know the outcome, we know the fight for federation. We stand for total independence of this country. And the mostly appreciate the AJ fighters on ground. No matter what, no matter the sabotage where they happen, no matter the talk, when they talk, them they wipe ADF. Me I do this one, they do this one. I say appreciate when my brothers them say no they be easy. But now God you want get power. We're not strong today, we're not today today now by our power, now by the grace of God. Now God knows we get a place to go. Where the place now boya, we need to take our main our part of our bush today to boya. No matter what, Muna stay strong, my brothers them. Muna get courage to fight the fight. Muna not yet talk with it so our brothers them. So our part in the door diaspora. Travel social media for sabotage the soldier on ground. My brother, any fight on ground where you hear something for diaspora where they will send you. Say take on go kill your brothers them, my brothers them. You fool yourself. Now the moment is for we, for unite, we work with one people. We define a one common enemy when a large public to Cameroon, all we know. We define about go here. So man will find about go for his house. So man will fight this throne or go in my house. We define this throne about go for Boya. I don't tell when I listen at first. Saying the days ahead when I will see so our brother they will hand their weapon for the Republic. If anyone will say hand the weapon for the Republic, you know be stand for the fight. The ground it will clean itself. No be someone will clean the ground. The ground will clean itself. I regard a prophecy. Before the end of next month, they will run plenty. Now the choosing one they will stand. That time I will see the choosing one they stand for fight for the independence of this country. I appreciate my mommy and my parents. They that's how they find where they try their possible best. For them they try to find, we meet the try to equip on ground. We get weapon we defend ourselves on ground. Now by the grace of God, I will give more towns for now and for update too. Someone that stay strong, unity, now the best. They say together we stand, divided we fall. When I try to for update for you now and accept for update.
Back is something we need to thank God and praise God for the good things that have been happening. Upon when you hear our own brothers on the ground talking like that and speaking very fluently, very, very nice and very professional, hoping and begging for collaboration, begging for everyone to stand together so we can fight. That's why we have to thank God for that. Today in this platform, we have DDC Tapang Ivo is here today. Some of you have been asking about him. I tell you, he's doing a lot behind the scenes. A lot of meetings are being held to match the need of our children. And so the land of milk and honey, we have come today so that you can hear from us. Welcome, DDC.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, fellow Ambazonians. I do appreciate your presence, especially in this Ambazonia revolution. Much water has gone under the bridge. So many things have been achieved. So many successes have been reached. And our goal is ultimate in the independence of Ambazonia. Verla Franklin, thank you very much for the long time I spent my vacation in Miami. It's been a wonderful time in Miami, being around Verla Franklin to listen and to communicate with him, to liaise with him on several strategies. My country people, them, I want to thank everybody where they did for ground zero. The one way they don't make sure, say, the revolution they work out for before. Me, at the salute, at the true my salute for one. When I don't hear how this particular program will start today, when I hear how they talk, say, maybe when I forget about this politics. Politics where they happen for the diaspora, where people they make soldiers that will kill other people there for ground zero. No, we don't need politics today. Make politics come out tomorrow. When I don't hear soldiers where they don't come out for ground zero, they talk how they get to ignore all of these politicians the way that they are brought. When I see how a prisoner died yesterday for inside condemning maximum prison, that man if he been a monk for inside monastery from Bengui. We be relocate and go ride for Mutengene, and if they do a craft for Mutengene, they catch it, they kill them for nothing. Ambazonians will win this particular revolution, and when I don't see them say for last fight, true, that people where they get gun, they talk. The one where they don't get gun, now the one where they make the highest noise. Ambazonians, now we get the gun, now we get the bullet, now we know how to shoot, now we know how to take La Republic to Cameroon, terrorize them out. Verla Franklin, thank you very much for hosting me on Liberation TV. If you continue with the show.
Thank you so much, DDC Tapang. Thank you always for speaking to your people and coming to your people at the time when they need the most. Mm-hmm. Because at this time, you know, the temple is not built by everyone who attend en masse. You have people, right. Even every village, when they are building the church, they ask for contribution. They don't do, but they are the first to run and ask God for forgiveness. They are the first to go to pray. The same thing is happening in Ambazonia struggle, where people who don't even know where to get it, how to go about it, they cannot even call guns and bullets. They call it whatever names I don't even understand. Right. Ambazonia is like building a church. And there are some people that were going to come to preach in that church and eat from that church that did not even put a single pillar. We have seen it already. Look at things that we said about years ago. People use Oliver Freemasha to fight against you. And you happen to be one of the co-founders of the Red Brothers. Just like Mark Barretta happened to be one of the co-founders to the Tigers.
And you see, I see Freemasha yesterday, we more talk of PG. Mm-hmm. I see Freemasha the other day, I don't know how many days ago, Freemasha they cry. Big time. Oh, Roma, don't die, Roma.
I get that cry.
This is somebody where you don't always threaten. Tapang Ivo Tanko. Oh, Tapang Ivo, my baby, therefore you are going to shoot you with gun.
Yeah.
Tapang Ivo, this one. But who said the Freemasha day today? When we talk something, people don't know I hear them. You know if you fight Tapang Ivo defeat. I don't know whether when I go tell Salah Emmanuel or when I go tell whoever want to take Tapang or cut. You can never ever beat Tapang and succeed. You can never ever. Don't try it. Even for ground zero. For the past few years, oh Tapang go up, Tapang come down.
Yeah.
Oh Tapang go left, Tapang go right. Oh na Tapang this is I go keep Tapang and Ayabacho. The person when he talks about keep Tapang and Ayabacho, na either they cry today. The Oliver Lekefa.
Those the people where they want
Now they cry the whole Roma don't die, Roma don't
No
die.
be far, man.
Oh, Roma.
They cry there.
No, listen. These are people where they threaten others for ground zero. Burn houses there for ground zero. Destroy properties there for ground zero. Now today they cry past everybody just because it's tomorrow Roma when a terrorist don't die.
They cry past.
Amazonians, make una listen. Make una listen. I always thought that they give warning. When I give warning, person when no one listen to that warning, now ye go know exactly where the shoe pinches. I don't give warning, straight warning for that film marshal. You never hear that cry. The ultimate one they come.
Now for inside timber,
The ultimate one they no when I sleep with timber, I don't find you from ball plane.
for inside tree.
It is a ball plane. It is a ball plane. Now what are the other creeps them?
What if he repent? What if he repent and come and beg for?
Even if he repent,
What
he
if
cannot
he
repent.
No, what if he does?
He cannot repent. That one is as an unrepentant.
No, to answer Amazonian people, if he repents, what will you do?
If you know what jail or they put him for prison for crimes you don't commit.
But you know go kill
You
him.
put him for prison for crimes you don't commit.
But you know go kill him like that.
No, we don't kill. Our goal is not to kill people. We don't kill people.
I hope Amazonian people are listening.
We don't.
Continue this.
So we correct people. We don't kill,
Exactly.
but we correct.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, they talk say, listen, film marshal, he's a wanted man in Amazonia. I will not put bounty for your head. I want to make it be clear because we are protecting all women and children. Any person who stand as a threat to Amazonia's women and children, in particular, that person is a threat to global peace and security. So it be very clear. We need to compromise words on this. I'm not telling you, we get a gun, we get a bullet. And there's nothing anybody can do. An angry goat can do nothing to a laughing lion.
As for beer Johnny,
Can he try it?
we have more vehicles and military jets.
Can he even try it? So an angry goat can do nothing to a laughing lion. I am the laughing lion. They are the angry goats. You never hear cry, Roma. I want you know the same audio film. I want that one.
Amazonian people. I salute one and all.
Roma,
Na Roma.
he cry.
They cry Roma.
Now, see Marshal the King
The king for inside bush,
from Amazonia.
county by county,
When he
don't
talk.
for
Today, the
local
first
area.
matters.
Na Roma. You cry Roma.
But they cry long oh.
No, I say cry.
Make I forward that because this thing
Forward
now
that,
12
yeah,
minutes.
I want to make all one.
For a man,
For die for my general.
for that in general.
Celebrate. Because my general will die.
General of
And that my general will remain a hero
Huh? Really?
inside Amazonia.
This is somebody who killed the first major general for Amazon.
What is it about? Smalley.
He killed Godfather. Killed General Aimont.
See, look, the problem with Amazonians, I say they get short-term memory.
They will remain a hero
Which hero?
inside Amazonia land.
Oh, yeah, village hero.
And I say, my brother, General Roma, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So the bottom line is that we don't have time for this. He's crying and calling it people of Amazonia. Look,
Sure.
they say county, local government. That means you know if you come out for one local government, you go for another one way, not talk for another one. You know if you come out for one county, you go for another one way, no stay another one.
Correct.
Now he wait the day for Alu. They don't leave now, they go for that place. They call Alu. The place where
I forget the place.
where General Ayeke and you own Gorilla the day. They don't inform Ayeke, they pass. Now after when they see the Roma don't die, they say now Ayeke be killer. Ayeke don't come talk say, the thing now say, they want enter for your own territory, they don't inform you. So that make you boys them, a guide them, have a pass. Because the Republic there for bushes for many places. How when they pass now, they don't ask, me they guide them, they route for take. They go now, they go jam La Republic. Now so La Republic now, they come out now, we don't hide, they kill her. Now so Ayeke talk. Now when I don't hear now, he dey cry.
See, the funny thing about the whole story now, see this so-called field marshal, now you don't engineer the killing of people that were ground zero.
Exactly.
Now you don't take gun,
You don't
wheel
kill
down
them
for my head.
Mm.
Say Tapang Ivo.
He
Now
kills
you
the
correct
baby.
it.
I love you, baby.
Now person so threatened, say he did give Ayenke 1 week. Say Ayenke 1 week, he go see die. You don't start crying where a Yankee they laugh.
Exactly.
No worry yourself. Ambazonians, the game they on. Wanna know how the game they play. The game they on, I wanna know how the game they play. Anybody, I repeat, who is stand for threatening women and children in Amazonia, trust me or not, that person is a terrorist who stands against global peace and security.
What about this in Bui?
The same thing in Bui.
Do you know the guys? Shaja was trained by us
Sure.
with the red.
Sure.
Do you know the guys that Shaja stood with the red clothes, with guns in their hand?
Sure.
ADM go where they don't take up. Do you know that all those guys are dead? Only one person is alive, and the name is called Isolo.
I don't really care about. See, listen.
What's the best thing I
I
want
don't
to
even
say?
need to know names of people.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I just need to know say this guy get a track record of attacking women and children,
Bam.
and we go after him. Does that make sense?
And
So
the best
straight
thing
up.
is that
If you touch women and children,
yeah.
you are in danger in Amazonia.
And what's the best thing about Bui?
No, we'd already be stabilized.
ADF Bui has not pulled any trigger.
We'd already be stabilized.
The ADF Bui, when me at the sea,
Sure,
he never pulled any trigger.
sure. We'd already be stabilized.
Yes.
And anyone when they've done a cause trouble for we, they don't go 6 feet. So I want to make this particularly very clear. All forces they from Amazonia, they under the Amazonia Defense Forces. And because when I get under the defense forces, when I get to respect the code of conduct, when I get to respect first women and children at all times. I don't want to hear say some person catch woman, put them in prison, catch Pekin, put them in prison.
But I
You
tell you,
must protect women and children.
as a humanitarian, you know that's my always goal.
Of course, that's the goal.
When they start killing people in Bui,
That's the problem.
half of his stars waiting
exactly.
for that.
Because we lose our international attention. We lose our international respect.
Exactly.
When we go after our own women and children, doing the same thing that the Republic of Cameroon does, burning houses in our own
even
villages,
listen to us?
how would the UN listen to us? And then you stay on the other hand and you're calling for Swiss initiative that promotes Vivre Ensemble.
One and individual Cameroon.
Go on.
So, like he said, promoting the Swiss initiative, that is not even the Swiss government,
Sure.
but it's a private organization. Like example, Verla Charity Foundation, now private organization. I don't use my organization for solve some. I have tried record of solving problems, right? I use them for solve problems. I use them for us recounting worldwide leadership that beg them, come, we will talk, even though they know here. So some another organization they like my own for Swiss, Haiti, Abai. These people where they don't even get any track record for any country where they don't resolve. People come the believer, like saying our government. Canada don't give 150 million before Canada come discover. Canada say we must produce that money. Now they work go Cameroon now. They work go endorse the balance and the federalists and so on and so forth. And
Listen. The most stupid thing about this revolution, I say, we are so stupid to the point where we will not understand. See, some useless organizations across the world with no name, they are trying to make a name from your own struggle. The blood and sweat of your women and children.
to have a track record.
Of course.
They have zero.
If I create an NGO today, where do I want to make my name known? I go to Amazonia where the people are so stupid and vulnerable.
Exactly.
And then I push my organization name out.
Like Trump be talking
That is
about
the
one
most
president.
stupid, of course.
He said, if I want to be a president, I'm a Democrat now. I see that Republicans, are stupid. If I go to Republican, I win. Trump said that some
Of course.
Exactly. So
at the end of the day, it's simple. It's a simple game that anyone can understand.
Yep.
You can create whatever organization because under the 1990 liberal laws, there was liberation, neoliberalism, where organizations sprouted, civil society organizations sprouted, NGOs sprouted. Anyone, anywhere can create an INGO, international non-governmental organization, can create an IGO, intergovernmental organization, can create any kind of an organization, and choose any kind of a situation to make that organization relevant.
And you know what is HD?
For example, the Swiss HD. What is the track record of the Swiss HD? There is no track record.
And they
are using the vulnerability of the innocent, stupid, gullible ambazamzams.
And they honestly
to make a name out of themselves.
And they wrote in their
for
website.
Republic to Cameroon's interest.
What did they wrote in their website at the beginning of this
They keep swingling. They are fickle in the way they put out statements on their website.
And I read
because they don't even know what they are doing.
And you know what the statement said?
I know
that the Swiss HD initiative is not interested in dividing Cameroon, but to bring peace for Cameroon. It's in their website. Go and check it out.
mean, like even in
These are facts.
Even in policy documents,
Yeah.
they have stated that they want regionalism. And that is why you see, even in their most recent communique,
They support a special status.
they are supporting the special status. Do you expect them to stand for separation?
Exactly.
Where did they receive their funding from? When you want to see any credible organization, you have to look at where their sources of funding.
We don't
comes
even
from.
have time enough to talk about this. But what is most aching is they come to Amazonia and take permission from the colonial mayor, the CPD mayor of Buea.
Sure,
This is not your mayor.
sure,
The CPD mayor in Buea does not represent us.
sure.
Has no moral authority to give them any
This is
authorization.
the most stupid thing that I've heard in the Amazonia revolution.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks, or last week rather, or just early this week, they removed a communique about their visit to Buea.
Yes.
And in that communique, they are talking in the ASC, they're saying how they spoke with the mayor. You are fighting for
CPDM
your,
mayor.
listen, you are fighting for your independence. Whether CPDM, SDF, I don't care. We don't have anything called mayor. We've been trying to bring down this structure, but they are instead legitimizing these structures.
Politics, parties.
They're instead legitimizing these structures and making them relevant to La Republique du Cameroon, whereas you have successfully erased, effaced, eclipsed the word mayor, SDO, and the rest. Soon you'll hear the Swiss government that say, oh, we held a meeting with the SDO, and you will see ambazamzams that they clap. So, oh no, they don't talk for SDO, they don't talk for SDO.
People when they lost value.
I mean, they are so. I'm not. Listen, how can you really stand against a mayor?
Yeah.
Then somebody come up from outside can hold meeting with mayor. That person I threat. How can you stand against SDO? Somebody come up and stand home.
Then moving forward, what do you have to say about the recent revelations of Prince Jeka crying? That one will get someone at
But this one, that one, you bring no balance. You see the way, no, sincerely. That man, the way black hat for inside house. Prince Jeka car, he had no balance for inside. When you see person, he had no balance.
But the cry, he said, the draft money is being kidnapped by the Machuku.
Now, person we had balance. So somebody when I saw listen.
Now how do you do that?
Listen.
Now you agree with them control.
Listen.
Yeah.
The funny thing gets up. I don't know why you go now. You only listen to that kind of
Because
behavior.
Ambazamza.
You don't listen to those fools. What is his level of education?
No.
Listen.
Yeah.
What is its level of education?
He's not.
He is a dullard. He's someone
Exactly.
who is not. He's not.
But what do you have to tell Amazonians?
How
that
can
they
you
are damaged?
listen? Forget about
My
damage.
brother-
Forget about the damage, man.
General.
You have been too far.
Listen, the problem is not that guy. He's useless.
So
what
what
about
about
the damage that he has inflicted to Amazonian
He has not done any damage. He has done damage to himself. That's what I'm telling you. Prince Jeka is
99% nobody follow this.
He has done damage to himself. He's irrelevant. I'm
So
saying
what
he's
do you have to
irrelevant.
say to the 99%?
The people who
where
have
they
caused the
follow?
damage are Prince Jeka has no followers. The people who have caused the damage are those Sakos in jail, in wherever. Those people who indoctrinated the masses, produced idiots like Prince Jeka, and those idiots are the ones now.
So what message do you have for them?
So the message, listen, because Prince Jeka was first of all some good person. When I trained and inside the revolution.
Exactly.
So I know talk say Prince Jeka and I the problem. No. It is the people, it's not how it
Now you want to train them.
But I trained him the right way. Yeah. I trained him the right way. But he went and joined the other one and they trained him the wrong way. And he's crying. He is crying. Where is Tapang today? This is Tapang.
So what do you have to tell God? Well, because he is saying something that we cannot dismiss.
What can you not dismiss?
Say draft money don't be kidnapped
Is that the first thing? Is that the first time you're hearing that?
No, let's just
It has always been a fact
we
that
are
any
moving-
money that passes through Sako, it disappears.
remember that me and you know.
Sako's fingers are open. He
Remember-
has slippery fingers.
General, me and you know the reality. The people of Amazon is what we are addressing.
No, the people are the listen. No, you need to address. We are not speaking to Ambazonians. Mama just make it clear.
Why
We are speaking to intelligent Ambazonians. And then might just make, and there are two groups of people I communicate.
But you have to emancipate your people.
No, you're emancipating the intelligent ones who are willing to learn.
Jesus Christ become from heaven.
No, not Jesus.
Jesus
That one are
become-
religion. Separate religion from politics. That's why people fail to understand.
Dr.
It's a
Troy
liberation war.
Ayaba
This is
is
a
what do you have to
liberation
say?
war. You don't need everybody to join you for you to liberate them. They want the way they want she don't die for Egypt, they die for
No,
Egypt.
General, listen.
Can you
Calm
let me
down,
speak? Let me
my
just speak.
general.
No,
People
listen.
don't understand.
No, because you know you understand me. So listen, I explain.
I ask the question.
There are three things in this revolution. There is the religious part,
Mm.
there is the political part, and there is a liberation part. Jesus came for emancipate everybody, for win all souls to the Lord. Does that make sense?
Not be also for the sinners.
All souls. Jesus came for the sinners. He came for even the rich. Now, why that you say even that man Zacchaeus come down from that tree?
He was a sinner, then when he was collecting money.
Of course, he came for even the poor too. Lazarus for the poor. Jesus came for everybody.
Not for the righteous.
No, Jesus came for the righteous and for everybody.
No, Jesus made himself. He made it clear that he did not come for the righteous.
No. He quote me that part of the Bible. Quote that.
After this, no, I was on.
No, quote that now. Quote that now.
Jesus.
Quote that now.
That means
Jesus died for mankind. Mankind did not differentiate between righteous and
but Jesus said that his mission was not for the righteous.
No, Jesus said something in the Bible which says that can a rich man, it is difficult for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God.
Thank you for that.
Not impossible. Not impossible. He said it is difficult, not impossible. It is difficult for the rich man to enter the kingdom of God.
So what are you going to address?
It is easy for a camel to pass
what are you
for a needle than for a needle for a rich man to enter.
Now you are right in that, because that's true. Jesus came for everyone.
Sure.
Okay. Jesus came for everyone. The true Ayaba is for everyone.
Can I speak? Must speak.
So the question is,
listen.
I
don't know. Interrupt.
So Amazonia are being divided in this speech. I don't want to
listen.
So now, what message do you have for entire general Amazonia?
So you listen to me. I'm talking about something. So you're asking me.
General, don't divide the people.
Which divide the people? Which people?
No, don't call them.
Which people are you talking about?
What is the message for all
They
Amazonians?
are dumb Amazonians. What are you talking about?
Okay, as Jesus Christ.
They are intelligent ones. They are dumb ones.
So are you for the intelligent or the dumb?
I'm for the intelligent ones.
That's why
the one that will be willing to listen.
No, we disagree with that one.
Because some people they wait.
So I have one be here today. Some people don't believe for you. We emancipated them. It was said they were dumb.
I think you don't take over the conversation because you just interrupt me.
Yeah.
Talk.
But the message has to be consistent.
So you be consistent. So stay talk. So don't finish talk. Let me know my talk.
So what I was saying is that because Dr. Chua Ayaba has been existing in the struggle with only few people, 99% people don't believe for God. They don't believe for self-defense. The man, say, oh, since these people are stupid people, he's not going to stand with them. My ideology is that actually liberators come for those who are the dullest, not the smart one. Because if people they smart like AgovCs, I'm not going for this people.
Okay, finish my talk now.
Exactly.
Okay. Ambazonians, they be divided into two groups. There is the Amba fools, Amba zamzams, and the Amba clevers. The fact a person be dull and willing to learn is an intelligent man. The fact that you get picking where you failed an exam and you're still going to burn the midnight candle to learn is an intelligent one. The one that with the dull, they fail an exam and then they drop out of school for still go continue for fail elsewhere at the Ambazamzams.
Yes.
I am coming and we are liberators of people who are willing to be liberated.
Okay.
I don't take the mantle to liberate everyone, including the ones that are resistant to liberation. In as much as I can preach to the world, tell the people the need for freedom and the love for freedom and the enjoyment where freedom get them, I no go wait you. Where you stand, they make me ambush. Say make La Republic, they can't kill me because I dey wait for liberation from bush. No, die for inside that bush. The one that when they don't come up with the bush, come so make I take them, I come out across the Red Sea, I go take them. That way God, for inside Bible, for the book of Exodus, they call Moses, move your foot, your shoe, play with the stand on holy ground, come for inside the fire, I tell you something. Give Moses Aaron. Moses can't tell the people, they said, God don't talk for ye, the Hittites. Talk say, may they liberate all them, go for the promised land. Do you know what the people told him? Some people, they deny, say they better die for Egypt than for being liberated by a stammerer called Moses. And those people, they die in Egypt. But Moses liberated the majority where they want to move. There was no time to waste. When Moses struck that Red Sea, the enemy was coming. Moses was not there. He was saying, hey, all man cross, all man cross. They want the way they want it for back. When they did for back, turned into a pillar of cloud and a pillar of salt. Even that way God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. That was liberation as well. God was liberating those who were willing to be liberated from those who were willing and were not willing and were sinners. So listen. So when God was destroying Sodom and Gomorrah, 8 people were saved. There was Noah, his wife, their 2 sons, and their wives.
And Lot, yeah.
And Lot. Or now something, whatever.
Lot, yeah.
So Lot. So this is what happened. One person,
The woman.
he turned, he looked for back. You feel say the rest they go stand wait you say, oh no, cow go before. No, stay there.
That woman for the
I don't care whether you believe in the liberation struggle or not, but I care whether you truly know that you are enslaved and you want to be liberated. So I come back to this logical claim. We are not here to liberate everyone. We are here to liberate those who want to be liberated.
So the question now is, who are the everyone that is not supposed to be with us? Are they those who are like Atanga Jipon in CPDM? Are they the federalists? Or they are those who believe in independence but are being derailed?
You want she don't wait for Atanga Jipon. The day Atanga Jipon tell you say go. Say your mindset will change after 100 years. You wait for Atanga Jipon. What if you wait for Atanga Jipon, mindset change after 100 years, and then so that new person comes? They say no, wait for me to my mindset will change after 100 years. You will wait for 200 years. This life is hardwired to a point where you don't have to have conscience in the liberation war.
Yeah, but moral.
Listen, anybody who wants to stay back, leave him to stay back.
But the virtue.
We need to go to Ambazonia with only 12 of us.
What about the virtue and the moral?
What virtue are you talking about in the
that
liberation
some
war?
people already believe in Exodus.
So let them believe in it.
No, listen.
Anybody has his own system of values and beliefs.
When Moses don't go for prayer, what happened? They started to worship a fake what? When Moses came back and they were already brainwashed into that God.
I'm talking about liberation movement. I'm not talking
Exactly.
about
No.
some. Listen, that was a religious kind of thing.
No,
I've cited you instances of liberation where you don't wait on people who are not willing to be liberated.
Listen to this now. In the case of I have Mom Paula. It's one woman that has done a lot of tremendous effort because he saw ADF and Amazonian.
So should we? Okay, listen.
No, let me
talk with me yesterday.
Let me laugh.
I told you to talk with me yesterday.
Let me
Say more wait for 13 more years so that may change him. More wait for 13 more years.
No.
Independence.
Are we talking about?
No, I'm talking the citizen. Amazonian citizen.
So we want to define to the people what you are actually talking that we don't care about.
Okay, so define it in simple.
The type of people we don't care about.
I've explained it. Are you willing to liberate somebody who is not willing to be liberated?
You are not understanding. As a leader, you are not the people. The people are not you.
As leader of what?
You are outstanding.
You are a liberation leader. There are two kinds of active leaders.
Yeah,
Listen, I've told you there are three kinds of leaders.
That is why
there is the religious leader, there is the political leader, and there is the liberation leader.
These people you are addressing don't think like you.
So do I care?
That's why people are.
Do you care?
We care.
You care. I don't care. That's what I'm saying. That this is what I'm teaching you, Verla. Look, you don't have to wait.
Look,
for people who are not willing to be liberated.
I understand your point now. Your point is you are at the level when Moses broke the 10 Commandments. Yes.
So how is that related?
Like any other leader.
How is that related?
Moses
was a religious man.
Because you are not allowing me. You are the one who brought how the Exodus was done.
How many leaders have I cited here? What type of leaders have I cited?
General,
I've cited the religious leader.
So what I'm saying is that general
leader,
I know this is a
the
good
liberation leader.
This is a good debate.
We are in a liberation war. We are not in a religious
Yeah,
or political war.
but
in a political war, you want everybody to be free. In a religious war, you come for mankind.
But you are not allowed
But
to
in a liberation war, you liberate
but you
only
are not,
those who are
you are
willing
not
to
allowing
be
me to
liberated.
define the people I'm talking. If I don't define it, how are you talking? There are people that, of course, I can't talk for them. I can't talk for Atanga Jipon. I can't talk for CPDM militants. But I know, just like Moses went to the mountain coming down, the people have been derailed to worship the golden calf. Moses did not say, to hell with those worshiping the golden calf. Go away, let me put you under the bus. It's only the people who are waiting for
So
their
was that liberation?
Was
that liberation?
Yes.
What kind of liberation?
Moses still took up.
What kind of liberation was that? What kind
Because
of liberation?
Moses still took
What
up.
kind of liberation was that? That's a simple question.
You are the one who mentioned the Exodus.
Was that liberation?
You are the one.
How were the people liberated?
But you quoted
okay, Moses came down from mountain. How were the people liberated?
But you quoted Moses here.
So
So Moses still took up the 10 Commandments, patched it together, and understood that the people were not leaders. They did not know they were without a leader.
Was that liberation?
So now Moses decided to preach his own people, and they follow the rightful path and the right God.
That is
now,
religious leadership.
This is the
that's not liberation.
This is the struggle here. I know some of you don't believe in Dr. Chuayaba because no one has spoken to you the goodness about AgovC. That's where we are landing now. So some people have made you to derail you, and you have been giving your money because you believe in independence. We are united in this one. Because we believe in independence. But the point now is you are not dull, you are not bad. The leader that you have, who convince you using every other means, maybe on family lines, on tribal lines that are real. Tribalism is real in Africa and we can't dismiss that. So the problem is you following the wrong leader. And then a good leader in this struggle is known for standing with everyone. Because, I mean, you are fighting a nation to give to the people of that nation. Anyone who defines himself as an Amazonian, whether they stand with the wrong leader or not, as a good leader, you have to liberate.
So what are you trying to say? I'm not
that Dr. Chuayaba is not only for AgovCs.
What are you trying to say?
That is for all Amazonian people.
What is the sense?
What
is the sense in what you're
saying?
saying?
That Liberation TV stands for all Amazonians.
What is the sense in what you're saying?
That Liberation TV stands for all Amazonians.
People sleep. They're not talking.
So
You
we
don't
are,
sleep, you're not talking.
we are talking to commiters.
Hey, sit quiet, don't sleep, you didn't talk. How can you talk saying you know, just stand for everybody? You have to liberate the whole world.
It's time for everybody.
Is that practical?
There's no.
Is that practical?
It is general.
Man, you're living in some Ethiopian society.
You are not understanding.
Is that practical?
General.
You cannot liberate the whole world.
We are not standing.
Even Jesus Christ
you know
himself
the
never
word
even
God.
liberate. Even God will make
Okay,
it.
moving forward. Next chapter. Let's leave that part. Next chapter. I think that you are stressed. You need to take a rest. Next chapter is about Mola Wonja Wonja. General, you are very, very intelligent. People are not like you. Please calm down. Talk low.
Now go.
You can't use intelligence for the people.
That was Mola Wonja. That's the one.
So Mola Wonja Wonja, the frog. The man will get frog eye.
Now I did the gas bottle. Where did this thing so?
Good. Frog eye.
Okay.
The idea I said don't go before.
Now I did the person.
That man saying the vice chairman of the council or what council? The CPDM council.
Speaking council.
That's what
He
he
said,
said.
"One be mayor now."
What?
He said, "One be mayor."
You hear say the man the Christ say restoration council is supposed to sign everything will happen. You don't sign money, they give up your joy yawa. You just take the money, he just everything. Then Sako don't sign some money out where restoration council don't know when the restoration council is supposed to sign everything. Worst of all, they go take money for Swiss, they don't give you one package. They must say they go take money, they don't give you own. If it's coming that way like your boss, he not even give you own money. He did not Sakorian. The man don't vex because of that money for Swiss. The man don't quote work. I have the man talking and saying that he's not an activist. He don't care about the council because he never ever get anything. In fact, the man even said they are working for free. But if it's coming, I don't take money. 50 million we take them for Haiti process. What do you have to do about it?
Well, it be very important. We might just take water, drink, guys. Hold on.
Drink that water, it be very important. So as general when they come, we want to refresh. When I was here, I mean, when I know, we don't say I don't go to school, so I be village champion. When general talk with high level, so they think they affect me. So I don't make this say me calm down, talk slowly, where people go feel understand, no intelligence because me, I not be bookman, I be village champion. If person talk with this kind of big book, so you don't see, you see the difference, big bookman and no bookman, you see. But I'm begging you to talk to people like me when no get head, when no the things. It took me 1 or 2 years before I believed in Dr. Chua Ayaba. It took me 2 years to believe in ADF. That means I was not smart enough when Dr. Chua was talking about it. But later on, I am one of those who are failing the class, but they are still studying and burning the candle. And finally, I got the reality. Wonja, what do you have to talk about this?
The only two I could talk about Wonja and saying a short man. And short man will be problematic. If you see short man naturally for life, they are problematic people, very, very problematic. Wonja, na CPDM fellow. And CPDM, we like Iboya. You remember Wonja talk say, ADF exists for inside Fako, he better die. Now ADF that way don't end up for Fako. Wonja don't confuse it, you don't do anything. The truth, now say the ADF don't come to stay. The truth now say the ADF that they control Fako right now. I don't know why you will even spend time to give relevance to some short half human being. Not half human being, be half. Not half. I don't know why you want to spend time on a half human being when there are other important.
When I run your general talk say half, sure, you know talk say dwarf. If you talk say dwarf, when I don't understand. When I see the language, not half human being.
Half human being.
General, thank you.
So I don't know why you want to spend time on half human beings, but talk about half human beings. I don't think it's even relevant in this discussion because there is nothing I can speak about Wonja that will even help the revolution.
Well,
so we can talk about some other thing.
All right. Going and moving forward now about the commenters and the tough project. Are you satisfied with what AGF is doing on the ground? Are you satisfied with what we are doing?
Why are you talking about commenter again? I mean,
I say with the commits, the commitment. Are you satisfied with what AGF is doing on the ground?
See, we're not talking about someone. You call committers, not commenters. I want to say commenter.
No, be a commenter. I say tough.
How you really call committers commenter?
But I say ground zero, they ground zero.
Yeah, Banso language. So, the committers.
This boy my boy.
Committers, not the commenters.
Answer my voodoo. Continue.
All right. So the committers for this particular revolution, we don't know direct money. The tough project don't work about before. But the only thing I say, I think we need to re-strategize again within the ADF AgovC with their fundraising strategies and campaigns. It'd be very important. We need to re-strategize. There are a lot of loopholes that have to be covered. A lot of Mr. Know-alls. There are a lot of loopholes that have to be covered within the fundraising teams. of the ADF and the AgovC for us to ramp up our efforts. First, I think just the fact that we even choose other media outlets to speak about fundraising, like YouTube. Who watches YouTube? Does that make sense, Verla? Who watches YouTube?
Facebook is the best.
You have to come to Facebook, where the majority of the people are, to launch a particular project or to relaunch projects. But you choose administratively to go and stream it on YouTube. Who watches YouTube? When you send a link to YouTube, how is it interactive? The mere fact that people can interact here is enough for people to do their commitments here. You go to YouTube, who watches? You have to sign in before you make a comment.
And you know the problem with Ego. This is the problem.
You don't have to be so bureaucratic in a revolution when it's so easy to run.
You know why
Only Facebook alone is enough to bring down.
You know why sometimes they are trying to do that? They are looking at how to prosecute the war without inflicting the economic cost on our people. Let me learn. But the problem is
what economic cost?
But the problem is
it is difficult to
for
watch
us
YouTube
for us to
Facebook.
franchise videos in YouTube and make money. It has to have more than millions of viewers. But now we Amazonia is not yet up to that technological population that goes to YouTube every time. So we cannot actually make any gains from YouTube. Now I've seen everyone that we are YouTubers in Amazonia. We don't have big population in the internet. So the idea of trying not to take all funds from the people, trying to have a revolution self-sufficient enough to sponsor itself is actually what's taking them to YouTube.
Correct.
So they want to have like money coming in from there so they don't bother people.
But that's a stupid
but the problem is
it's
that
so stupid.
We don't have that popularity.
It's so stupid. You don't go and create. Look, you don't invent the wheel. You follow what has been working. Because there's a system in place that has already been working, tested to be working, and works.
So now the question is now, for the people that have committed, are you satisfied about the actions of ADF on the ground?
Absolutely. If not the ADF, the revolution will not finish.
From 1 to 10.
Now ADF, open eye for all place.
So from 1 to 10, what satisfaction level do you
You cannot rate the satisfaction of ADF. There's no scale that can weigh that satisfaction level. Even if you pull out any sentiment analysis algorithm, even you pull out any kind of an algorithm for sentiment analysis, it will never ever weigh or give you an accurate measure as to the successes, because we are already success by its name. So you cannot be measuring success when we are already success. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If nobody ADF, tell me, pop factories do not really exist. We get all these pop factories now because of the ADF. You see this video I showed 2 days ago?
Yeah.
That Bafu 7 Kata boy. Where she don't say, I said, the weight truck the cancel, it put pow, truck, the thing take up. Tipaka pass of what? He said, yeah, that's Tipa
Tipa good.
He waiting at that loud police to Cameroon truck as the truck come, bam! The points are valid.
Thunder.
It's easy to take those things.
Exactly.
It is easy.
But ADF is the one who said this.
We have to protect our women and children.
This is what we have been doing since 3 years ago. Before the
people don't. I know even now people they still understand the importance of what we're doing. They don't even still understand.
That's why we are here, Jenny. We are sacrificial lambs. Sure, why we are here, brother. I know, I understand. You are a good liberator. Sure. Now, the next thing we want to talk now, I say, with the action of ADF, we know say is not measured. Now, General, this one is a tough one for you. So you have people who stage our great leader of this revolution, the revolutionary leader, who is no one else than Dr. Ayaba, was staged in London. The people who went to kill General Ivo in Ground Zero and supported those that want to be emotional journalists or telegram news, manure news, and the Dombacho people were the do this. So after that, the same people, because of you, me, the people who stand up for that time with Dr. Ayaba, we switched from one-man commando to AgovC to stabilize Dr. Ayaba. The same people who went to stage Dr. Ayaba in London and caused the killing of ADF soldiers are saying that me and you are a distraction to AgovC, and that AgovC should fire me and you. That the enemies of Dr. Ayaba, the enemies of AgovC are now the advisors of AgovC. So which way you want to talk?
Well, the first thing we get to understand and say, we'll never ever change our stance. Now people, they don't change stance. We'd always stand up for place where we stand up. We'd always talk the same talk where we talk. From day one till today. The people where they did cost we in the past, most of them don't join me today. And we still stand for the same position without changing our words. Guns remain guns. Ayaba remains the key. We've never ever changed our words. But those people when they don't say no, Ayaba is not the key, and they don't change their word. They don't come down, they don't Ayaba is the key. We welcome them.
Yeah.
Those people when they change their words, now those people when they don't say, oh, Sako is the only one and indivisible president. Today they can't just say no Sako today. We never ever change our stance. We have been consistent in the way we articulate the Ambazonia revolution. We've been consistent in the way we promote the ideals of the Ambazonia revolution. So, and as it remains, trust me, in the next 2, 3, 4 years, by the time everybody want come for Dr. Yabachu now, we can see how we will even progress. We don't waste space for people in his house. We don't even get space for welcome all of these people that make the kinds of house.
Thank you so much.
If anybody right now is stand for eyesight, they still think, say some other group will come up from so well by some supreme and what, who can defeat the successes of ADF on ground zero. If it has never worked for the past 5 years, will it work now? All of these people who come on social media, sit there making shows and the rest, ranting, they have no gun on ground zero. Now we get the guns, now we get the soldiers, now we get the bullets, now we get the explosives. The best they can do is to come and shout to the top of their voices on social media. But he who controls the heartland controls the world. There is the rimland, there is the heartland. He who controls the rimland controls the heartland. And he who controls the heartland controls the world. The Ambazonia revolution is the heartland. It is as clear as it is the heartland. Ground zero is the heartland. If you control ground zero, you control Ambazonia.
Now there's the next question.
So if you control the Sequoias in Maryland, you control Maryland.
Yeah.
But if you control ground zero, you control Ambazonia. Go on, please.
So the next question now, which is also hard now, is this. The people are watching.
Are you
The
blocking
people-
are you blocking people, please? You have to block people. I hear that you have to block people.
All of them are open, right?
No, you don't need to block.
You
This is one problem that
this
you
is
don't no, listen.
This is
I
Trump
told you that you cannot liberate
I have replied you like Trump.
If you cannot block people,
Trump
you are disturbing
Trump
the
is your
people that
problem.
you are educating.
I have already replied you, Jerry.
Okay, so
Go
we
on.
are blocking people who
So
are negative.
the next question that is coming up is they will hear, you people will hear us when Malema was talking in South Africa that those who even killed Mandela are here to bury Mama. Yeah? He said you must bury him, even though you are crying. Okay, so you people will hear us. Next question is very tough, General. You know how tough this question will be.
No.
Okay. Now that Amazonian people are more becoming stable and believing in the revolutionary leadership and in the roadmap, which is the only way forward, which is self-defense. Now that, you see, when Mark Barretta was not in Facebook, we came back to a good stand in the revolution. Fighting, stop. Because there is no more any activists that try to label, to bring a good man and a bad man together. Amazonian people define the lines and cut themselves from the thieves and the beggars. Mark is back. I want to ask this question. Knowing all the effort that ADF took for many years to put a structure, and now knowing what babies are doing behind the scene and backed, and I think backed by Mark Barretta for the creation of the National Army. And Amazonian people already victim because they went, like you said, I don't want to use that word too, but they already believe that maybe something else will come from there because they believe that independence is like a walk on the park. They want independence today, but where they don't say no be so. Now slowly but surely we don't talk about. To the gullible Amazonian people, where their owners say anyone will talk about independence, they put money inside. What do you have to say,
We
General?
have 5 more minutes. This is something that I want to make clear. Mark Barretta is not a La Republic du Cameroon agent. However, he's not as smart as he is. If he was a smart man, all what he does should have paid off positively for the Ambazonia revolution. Even from the point of the consortium. When he went and joined and encouraged people to form a government, as a transitional body from the consortium. That was the most stupid move ever that failed woefully, and he cried in Nigeria when he went to disband and disarm himself from those groups of Hulubalus. The second thing, trying to run more than the founders of Guns and Bullets. So many initiatives, if not all of his initiatives, have failed. And it's very unfortunate that there are those initiatives that Tapang Ivo is not part of. Does that make sense? But trust me, it's not to blow my own trumpet. All the initiatives I've been part of have succeeded. Name me one initiative I've been part of and I'm still part of that have failed. One. The consortium was heavily successful because Tapang Ivo was present. Heavily successful. Heavily, I mean, like all of these activities that you see today. All of these activities that you see today,
yeah.
I literally trained them.
And then some people came and claimed they were.
I literally trained JK, all of them, and the rest.
Yeah. So I said
all of them.
The point where the Republic know if he finished.
Listen.
And then some people claim to be Amazonian.
And they were successful, and I'm proud that they were successful.
Yeah.
But when they cut off, they have not been successful. Initiatives that I've been part of within the revolution, from the Vipers to the rest, have been very successful. Very. Even the Red Dragons was successful until I left from it. And right now you can see few Masha crying Roma, Roma, oh Roma, oh Roma, Roma go from Dunala, Roma, Roma, oh Roma. Mark Barata himself has not realized that whatever he does alone only remains a sham, a scam, and a farce. So at the end of the day, I will still say this. The ADF has succeeded. And I like collaboration. That's why I joined the ADF. But those that have refused and vehemently refused to join the ADF are those that are crying today. Are those that are crying today. And those that are trying all kinds of experiments and they are failing. So now other one talker. Go on, please.
So, what am I doing?
I think we're ending soon. I have some work to do.
So, yeah, we'll drop where I go.
Okay.
So, what is the way forward? What is the way forward that you can tell Amazonians today?
No, I mean, like, when I see the talk about some other stuff,
yeah.
I see what you show.
Yeah.
Your
final word for today.
My final word. What I should
wait for what
yeah. Look, there is something. This revolution is on track. 5 years down the lane, nobody believed that we could be here. You see, even in northern Cameroon, there is a rebel group being formed, wearing La République du Cameroon uniforms, carrying AK-47s, and showing their faces openly and speaking in full day language. The revolution has been successful to the point where it has engineered.
This is actually a caller who wants to talk. All right, caller, welcome to Liberation TV. Welcome to Liberation TV, caller.
Connect that for me.
Hello?
Let it talk. Yes?
Hello, right on. Welcome to Liberation TV.
Put the volume up.
Right on, sir.
I guess I know when I grew up, but at this stage of this revolution now, I want to make me stop all this, a lot of infighting. I want to make me get it into the collaboration between the IDK and the because things will keep on fighting each other and if we are like me, we'll do it because of politics now because we are at war. So fighting to protect any group or password, it only makes me before international commitment. The time will come for the highest thing we do. I will collaborate was in the light of Mazda, the light of Verla, the light of Tapang Ivo. So all man did the on and make one of time for take order on maybe so because if you look at our 1,002 ways, people need to one way or the other. Even though
Abel Kola, just summarize you want to just, I mean, in 20 seconds, if you summarize you want to.
So we need to be focused because we're not being focused on naming, solving each other, not trying to collaborate. It doesn't help.
All right, Kola, thank you very much. I get to leave the show.
Okay, Paula, thank you so much. DDC Tapang will be leading and want to conclude. Thank you so much for listening to you. We want to appreciate your call.
All right, yes, thank you very much, Verla Franklin. I'll be so grateful. I want to just make a point clear because within a revolution, whatever we're saying is constructive and not destructive. There is a difference between criticizing and critiquing someone. We've not criticized anyone, we are critiquing. And that's why we're giving solutions to what we say. So Ambazonians want to stay steadfast with the ADF. We remain very resolute, we remain very strong, we remain very powerful, and we continue to destroy as we build. When I don't see La République du Cameroon, they don't copy the good examples of the ADF by forming their own rebel groups in northern Cameroon. Brigade Anti-SAR did not get the courage now because of the Ambazonia revolution. People that have ground zero already pick up the guns and because of the ADF. We have inspired even the Nigerian Biafras to start speaking positively about us and negatively against the Buhari regime. We are very powerful in every way, shape, and form. You don't need a world to conquer the world. Jesus Christ used only 12 people to conquer the world. Those who are willing in this liberation phase of the revolution that needs a liberation leader will be liberated. We are not running a political liberation struggle. We are not running a political game here where you need politicians to liberate. We are not running a religious game here where I need to know your religion before I convert you. All I need to know is that are you willing to be liberated? And if yes, let's go. If no, stay back and die. And if you want to think, I will go ahead while you stay back. By the time you realize yourself, you will not have any leader to liberate you. We've already gone far ahead. So Ambazonians, una wise thing what they tell una. Because we are not here to liberate everyone. The boat is too small. Those that are willing to jump onto the ferry, at our call, you will be carried across the Red Sea. And if you want to stay back to keep thinking, 5 years down the lane, you don't even know what you want, you are thinking about being liberated or not, you will be swallowed by the crocodiles on the shores. We don't have time to wait for anyone to be liberated. Those who want to be liberated, join us and be liberated. We don't have time to wait for anyone to be saved from the fire. If the house is already burning, the best we can do is to quickly rush into that house and pick up anyone who is probably struggling and willing to escape, but has been handicapped. That is what we are doing right now. So we are trying to pick up those people who are willing, strongly willing to be liberated. But if you stay in the house and you're enjoying the heat of that fire and you say, oh no, you want to keep basking in the fire, they will allow you to be consumed by that fire in that house. You have to rise up, Ambazonians. You have to rise up and rise up. There is no time. Imagine if we're waiting on people to tell us openly that they want to be liberated now. Atangaji will give you a 10-year time frame. Paul Gumo will give you a 30-year time frame. The kilos will give you a 100-year time frame. And you will add 30 years, 10 years plus 100 years onto your 60 years of slavery just to get some other years at the point when you think that everything is done. You don't need the world to be liberated. Because as humans, we'll always have more kids, we'll tend to born more kids. The few will liberate them, will take them go for the rest of it, or go get sex, give them belly, they go born more generation, they go born more picking or replace the one where they don't die with the one denied for being liberated. So I don't mind if now we four will enter Koboya. I just need 2 man, 2 woman. Now why don't we God in Bible when they destroy the world during that flood period? God tell Noah, take 40 animals into that ark. Male and female, male and female, male and female. God did not say take everything you need to see. No, build the ark for 40. Male, female, male, female, male, female. Those that are willing to go into the ark will go into the ark. Those that are not willing will die and be consumed by the flood. And while in the ark and after the ark, there will be recreation. That means that male, female now to go get sex, born newcomers, and then newcomers now to go build that new world. I don't need everyone to be part of the revolutionary train. I only need those that are willing to be liberated. When we reach Ambazonia, even if we are 30 of us, from 8 million to 30 of us, we will pair up, born the kingdom, and in the future we'll have that same population. Thank you very much, Ambazonians.
Thank you. God bless you. It's a pleasure having you, General. You've spoken like a great general. Of course, you are. There was a comment I wanted you to read that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for this call that you've come. I think I have a few minutes to go with Amazonian people before we're done today. Some people might have been mistakenly placed in the temporary restraint in this video because sometimes there's a distraction. One cocoa can score all cocoa. You know, go feel you good way get on. With good way no get on. The one way get on go teach. The one way no get on go go jam something. And when one jam up, now the brain it will spoil up. And now the good way get the horns to be teacher. So because we know one Amazon way not do it, they don't get brain, may they be contaminated by the bad seed. So we give them a restraining order.
All right.
End of the show.
Thank you so much, man.
Okay.
Yes, I need to bounce back to work. When I don't say we work from home, so you can stay blessed, Verla Franklin. I wish you all the best.
It's a pleasure, General. Thank you
bless
so much.
you. Yes, I'll fix your camera. You can have a seat and do your stuff. I'm gonna make sure your camera is clearer.
Thank you so much, General.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to thank everyone on the panel today. I want to thank you all for welcoming DDC Tapang Ivo. I want to thank all of you people for doing all your best, especially as far as participation is concerned. You are all amazing. You are all wonderful. And to all of you that have done your commitment, those of you that every month you make sure that the revolution is well taken care of. To those of you that every month I know is so hard during the corona time, you have proven once more time that you are a never again generation. Because this is corona time. Although people are crying, people all over the world are crying, but then you are still able to pull out resources even when you don't know what happened tomorrow, next month, after next month. But you are still able to commit. You are still able to, to donate to not even as a donation. I don't see commitment as a donation. It's called commitment. You are still able to support so that a nation, our nation, can be freed and liberated. I want to take this time and opportunity to thank you all for that. I want to thank you all for welcoming DDC Tapang Iwo here. Very intelligent man. He says things that can only take 2 years for somebody to understand. It is my job to make sure that what he says, people don't understand in 2 years' time. Again, like AgovC being a democratic society, we talk to one another, we debate about things, and we bring the final line. And so, he says things that will take even activists 2 years to understand. He says things that will take activists even 3 years to understand. And so one of my job and duty is to make sure that whatever he says, even a village man should understand it. Even a village champion should understand it. Even Amazonian people that are not activists and bloggers should understand it. Amazonians that are not leaders should understand it. That's one of my mission. You have got intelligence people like this in society. They say things that it takes years for any normal person to understand. This man is an intellectual, I call it Luba. an intellectual Luba, an intelligence Luba. That means that as far as book is concerned, he's Enjakatu. As far as book is concerned, he is Enjakatu. That means that he's so powerful. And so one of my jobs is to make sure that whatever he says, everyone understands it. Because I know his ways of saying things are in higher political buaha that you might not be able to understand it. Because I myself, it took me some time to understand. So I want to thank everyone that is here. I continue to clean the platform. La Republic comes now in the image of Seseku Ayok Tabi. They will put the image of Seseku and pretend they are La Republic. They are Amazonians. They are not. Some of them put the image of Dr. Chowayaba to pretend that they are Amazonians. They are not. So I call all Amazonians also, do not look at citizens or civilians from the type of DP, from the profile picture they put. And it is a strategy. If you are La Republic, what would you do? You also have to use the pictures of Amazonian leaders in order to infiltrate Amazonian society. And so not every Jack and Jill that use the picture of Seseku Ayuk Tabi is actually an Amazonian. We know that some people have used even the image of Seseku. They've been calling Seseku as a leader, but the same people are impeaching Seseku today. Just like the 12 disciples. One of the disciples saw Jesus Christ, but he ate every day with Jesus Christ. Those who impeach Seseku are not the AgovCs. In fact, the AgovCs and Mandelas gave a lot of solidarity to Seseku and Coles and cabinet members. But those who impeach Seseku are actually the disciples of Seseku. And therefore, not anyone that put an image of Seseku is actually a lover of Seseku. Is not a lover of Amazonia. But the enemy used that as a strategy. Mommy and Papa, they want to watch me. Una only see any person who carries a picture. Una say na Amba. No. The enemy is in us not carrying the picture of Paul Biya. The enemy know once you put the picture of Paul Biya, no one listens to you. You can see in today's talk show, most of the distractors are using the image of Seseku Ayuk Tabi. I've seen it because all of them are flush. They are all here. If I make a screenshot I put out, you are all going to see most of the distractors are putting the image of Seseku Ayuk Tabi. What is the impression? It's a divide and rule tactics. That when AgovCs are going to see people putting the image of Ayuk Seseku Tabi coming here and being against us, then we are going to wage a war against Seseku Ayuk Tabi. But because we are very intelligent now and wise, we do not just pick fight with any Jack and Jill without track records. We don't pick fights with ghost profiles, with profiles that are not tracked. If you would have to fight against, example, baby journalists, because you see his track, he's a real person there that I see. And so, with our professionalism in executing these people's aspiration, we are not going to pick any fight in any Jack and Jill without a track record. We are not going to fight the ghost profiles. And we know obviously that those ghost profiles that put the pictures of our leaders and come here just to fight each and every other, they are not with us. Those people are like Republic Cameroon infiltrators. And I want you people all to understand that. The worst is when I saw some of you activists taking side with them. The issue happened in Bui. And you have one of the person that was placed in Bui as a strategic activist, an activist that you can never know who is behind the scene. Some of us talk to some activists in AgovC that are, let's say, ghosts, because you asked me a question about that. If I don't know Bikokan, I will not be having Bikokan as an activist. I know Bikokan, I know his images, I know his pictures, I talk to him, I know who he is. If I didn't know who Leongo Martin Monono is, I would not be with Leongo Martin Monono, because I know who he is in person, I know what he does, I know where they work. They are not a threat to the revolution. And that's why everything they say, they use only counterfactuals for the lies that impeachers have done in the past. But when you allow people like the activists in Bui, you allow somebody that was an infiltrator to stand with you, and you did not want to hear from me that is your brother, that is a brother to Amba, that is from Bui, and maybe you are from Manyo, maybe you are from southern states, from that area of Pacific states, and you allow a ghost man in Bui who was placed by CPDM Cabal to talk about how peace can possibly return in Bui. the possible unity that is fictional and not strategic. The faulty unity that they preach, that is not pragmatic as far as collaboration is concerned. Because they come to create a Tanga Pulse group, they are also existing in Amber. And when they talk about unity, it's because they want our forces all to be killed and murdered. Because unity means you unify with anything that calls the name Amber. But you all know that if me and you unify with anything that calls itself Amber, even a Tanga will become the best Amber that you will see. They have money to use to brainwash you to look at their own sites. So when the fathers of self-defense, the fathers of independence come and say, let us stand for collaboration, where we come to collaborate strategically on how to eliminate the enemy from our land. And then some people now, because collaboration has come in place, they think that they can use the collaboration to raise an army, to fight an army. How do you raise an army to protect the people by killing the same children of the people? That is a food for thought for you today. And so we are not moved because we did not form ADF on the idea of killing other fighters in ground zero. We formed ADF and talked about collaborations, which means if any other group already exists on the grounds, that group can then collaborate. We did not see any self-defense or restoration force group in ground zero as a threat until when it was proven. When some people used other forces in ground zero, brainwashed them, and caused them to go fight to kill their own brothers and sisters. We saw the results. And when we saw those results, it is from there then that we mention about collaboration. When we collaborate, we are not sharing our camps. You are not going to be in my camp. For security reasons, you are not going to know what I do in the camp. You are not going to know what is inside my armory. But we will collaborate, and if you need something, and I will secretly give it to you without revealing that I have given that to you too for your safety and protection. Collaboration is great. Because even when you doubt about the people you want to unite with, when you collaborate with them, you don't have anything to doubt. Because collaboration is not an act of compromise. Unity is an act of compromise. I explain. When I decided to unify with AgovC, when I decided to stop being a one-man commando and unite with ADF, I compromised the fruitfulness of my one-man commando. Which means if ADF was a bad people, unfortunately they are not. In the time to fight against me, I will not have any way to go again because I compromised my official stand, which was one-man commando. So I went to unify with AgovC ADF, which is the best thing I've done in this revolution and I don't regret. But that happened because the AgovCs are very honest people. Imagine that AgovC was like, let's say I unified to form a TV. I revived a TV that was used to fight against ADF. The TV that was used, the media platform that was used in the fight against elimination of Dr. Chowayama. Imagine today I go and revive that TV again, and not up to 1 month, the same TV is used to fight against me. Now imagine if it was not collaboration and it was unity. What could have happened? They could have shit in their mouth, in my mouth. But because it was a collaboration, it's easy to either synergize in collaboration. It's easy to either limit the collaboration in the level at which it is, or it is easy to pull out without causing any harm to anyone. Why? Because you collaborated. When you unify with somebody, you will now share one bank account. When you unite with somebody, you are now going to share the same tactics, the same operations, the same good operandi. But when you collaborate with someone, you still have your own bank account. You have your own financial project going on. The other person have their own financial project. Example, we are unified with IDK. The IDK still keep their own bond. We keep our own amber coin. They still keep their own leadership. We have our own leadership. They still keep their own diplomacy. We have our diplomacy. But the difference is that we have ADF on the grounds. We have the firepower on the grounds. We unify because we need to be socially, we collaborate, collaborate because we need to build social cohesion and stop the act of division that's happening. It is called a strategic and critical collaboration. That's why anything that happens, you don't see a lot of noise out. But if it is unity, when a little mistake happens, there's a lot of noise that are even going to destabilize the integrity and the winning nature of our struggle. So at this time, following the Amazonia people, the social, the political, and all atmosphere that we are today, collaboration remains the way to go. Because self-defense is the absolute roadmap, and we shall do it even after independence. The land must always be secured, protected, and defended. Now, going down to ground zero, to all the fighters that they are fooling you to come to unite with other people, I am so sorry that you will unite with Atanga Giposu. To those of you that understand that even in ground zero, collaboration is a key, you shall live longer. Now, if I was La Republic, what do I do? I am telling you what La Republic has done already. When La Republic created the Amber Boys, they did. I want to tell you that La Republic want to kill us because we have political eye that sees those La Republic strategies. We come out and unveil to you that La Republic already have Amber Boys, that the guys in this location that are killing civilians, taking ransom from civilians, that they are not Amazonians. There are either direct or indirect attacks on the poles, because whatever they do is subjugating our people to pain and impunity. And so we told you without any regrets that those fighters were attacking the pole Amber Boys. Attacking the pole cried. The aim was to use to showcase those guys as Amber. And so when the people of Amazonia believe that they are Amber, they are going to unite with all other forces. And that's how they are going to tap all intelligence and give La Republic. And at one point they did in 2018. They infiltrated the local government areas. They were in the county forces. And that's why AAC, almost 90% of AAC forces were killed by La Republic of Cameroon. And so you are asking what happened was because of a sheepish, stupid unity. That you are desperate to unite to an extent of you don't care who you unite with. That anything that say I am Amber, you just unite. Look at what happened to our leadership, our leaders in Zaria, our Zaria leadership in Naira Hotel in Abuja. That is what happened when you can just unite with any Jack and Jill. You unite with people that will sell you, that will send out your information and your location to the enemy. Because of that sheepish unity, our leaders are suffering. When we talk about collaboration, because we have looked at all these things that have happened in the past. How La Republic bundled our people from local government areas to the dungeons of La Republic of Cameroon. But if we had collaborated, by the time La Republic picked one person in collaboration, the others already know. And there's no time that 10 leaders can be bundled at one time. Because we want to create unity of force and not unity of purpose that is supposed to come naturally. Even after independence, Amazonian people will not have a unitary state. What makes you think that we need a unitary thing right now? We need collaboration, because collaboration is for a democratic society. That we can be Democrat and Republican, but when it comes to the issue of the nation, we stand on our various way and say things that is unanimous. That Amazonia must not be only Republicans or only Democrats. That Amazonia will be open to everyone, and therefore the idea of collaboration remains the key. When you talk about most unity, you are worse than Odia. Because in La Republic you have SDF and CPDF. Because in La Republic you have SDF and CPDF. What makes you to think in Amazonia that it can only be Sakorians, only AAC, or only Bui warriors in Bui, or only the Red Dragons in Libya? All these things have failed because our people have been emancipated to think in a different way. All Amazonian people therefore have the right to coexistence. equal right to coexistence. They have the right to exist in their blocks, in their neighborhood, in their rooftop, whatever you call it, local government or you call it county. The people have the right to coexist there. And there's nothing you can do about that. It is because of the same people that we took up all acts, all power against La Republic to come along. Imagine that La Republic with guns and more vehicles have not defeated Amazonians. What makes you think that you can take a gun that is given by people, civilians, to try to fight against the same civilians? That is why we have been saying the Red Dragons, you will not succeed to be a dictator in Libya. The mountain lions have come. The dragons of the gorillas of General Ayete. I don't want to mention about ADF because ADF is already everywhere. And so all this is for you to know that you cannot fight and win the people. You think that you call yourself a government in Maryland and you want to fight that everyone will unite under you. Porbia did not succeed. What makes you think that you are going to succeed? It's a failed mission. In fact, that mission is a suicidal mission of you. To everyone that stood for AAC, where are they today? Look at this. But the ADF forces are still there. Look at how Sokadef was moving very well. As Akwanga took them to Sakoria, that was the end of Sokadefians. Take them to Ghana, take them to here to meet with the Haiti, and today, where are they today? The ADF is standing today because they are people who don't blink. And they believe independence is not a walk on the back. And they believe you don't need to call them sweetie, darling, sweetheart. They don't need that type of love from you. They have not come to make friendship with you. They have not come for you to be lovers. They have not come here as a cartel where people go and look for a disco, where people go to look for girlfriends and boyfriends. They have come to tell you that we need to be freed, our people need to be freed, and it's time to go. Yes, Tapang, I was saying you can't free everyone. It is true. But to those of you who believe in independence and you are derailed by the Samsons and Gideons, I believe that we are united in one thing called on the independence for Amazonia. And so I don't see you as I see Atakan before. The eye I see you is not the eye I see CPDM militants. I see you as a citizen that I can talk to and enlighten you and sensitize you and mobilize you to not be a victim of scammers. I think that is the mission of a good person that wants to talk for his people. The goal is that you did not believe for Amazonia yesterday. Today you believe in Amazonia. At the time when you did not believe in Amazonia, we did not abandon you. We continuously talk to you, and that makes you to be a changed person today. And now we are telling you that you are following the wrong leaders. We continue to talk to you again today for you to see the rightful path. However, we are not dictators. You must not join us, but we want you to be wise. That is the mission. We're not going to force you that you must come under us. No. As we make you to believe in independence, we are telling you now to believe that a leadership that do not blink, a leadership that has track records, is a leadership that we should all endorse. It's the most rational thing to do, because once we step down on the grounds with our independence, any leader that is standing today will prove to our people that you will not be a dictator, and we will stand with you. And when the leaders give right to other people to contest, to stand, that will make that leader to be one of the greatest persons in the revolution. Yes, like any revolution, there's always a transition period. And we acknowledge the transition period. And it could be a general in ground zero sitting as the interim president of Amazonia in a military interim president. It will be a matter of transition time. And after the transition time, people will vote their president. And we are going to be the politicians for the people. We will only speak for the people. And what the people want, then we will take it to the media. And any leader that endorses what the people want, why not? The people will vote for that person. So we will only preach what our people want to hear. They want the road to be tapped. They want a farm route to be open. They want good school for our children. Bam. They want repeatable health infrastructure like hospitals. Bam. Health centers. Bam. Any leader that will pick up these things and do for the people will give their hands to those people. And so, I want everyone to understand as much as we are here. As much as we are here. I want everyone to understand these things. Unity of purpose comes always indirectly. When you collaborate, unity comes. When you collaborate, unity comes naturally. Because when you collaborate and you start doing things together, at one point you'll be like, oh boy, I think that we need to meet together to talk about this physically. Me and Tapang, I will sitting today and talk. He has a trademark, I have my own trademark. We can disagree in certain things, we agree in certain things. And that's what makes AgovC better. Because AgovCs are people who can disagree and debate and argue, and then later on they agree in certain areas. That is what makes AgovC stronger today. And so I want to thank all of you people for your belief in AgovC. For everywhere we go, we demonstrate democracy. We demonstrate the professionalism. We demonstrate you can come and talk with your brothers. It doesn't mean that you are compromised. It doesn't mean that you're going to live your own unique nature, your own thing that makes you who you are. You already hear the name. DDC Tapang. You hear me, Deputy National Chairman for Independent Verla. These are people that are distinct, but they come together because they believe that Ground Zero must be empowered to stand. ADF must stand. That is our nationality that unites us together today. That in any team, there must be a captain. Do I need to agree all the things of Dr. Cho Ayaba before I know that he's a captain of the team? He's a human being. And I don't need to agree with everything he said, but like any other team, there's a captain. He is the captain. He's the captain. The AgovC at this time is the best institution in this struggle. If there was anything in this struggle better than AgovC, you could have seen Mandela's talking about it. Mandela's are with AgovC ADA because it's the best institution at this time in the revolution. They did not form ADA by fighting other people. AgovC was not formed by fighting other people. You have heard how people form whatever interim government because they want to fight against Dr. Cho Ayaba. Dr. Cho Ayaba cannot be the nightmare to La Republic and the nightmare to you if you are not La Republic. If Dr. Cho Ayaba and AgovC and ADM are nightmare to La Republic and also nightmare to you, then who are you? Tell me you are a friend and I will tell you who you are. If you are united in La Republic by fighting the same person La Republic is fighting, then you are no other person in this struggle than La Republic. Blackmail, enablers, distractors. And so we call each and everyone to understand this. We call each and everyone to understand this. So we thank everyone that. So God bless you all that are here. I want to thank you for coming today. There's so many things I would have loved you to hear that. Like Tapang, I will say, I think there's no need for us to go over those audios. We have audios of Free Machar crying. But the same Roman he was using to kill other people. The same Roman he thought that AAC was the highest thing that exists in this struggle. You were using AAC, the powers of AAC, sending Roman to go kill other people. Now Roman is no more. Can you apologize to the people that you fought? Now, because we have been fighting against the children of Libya, fighting against Tapang Aibo, who is a man of the soil. Now you are found in one small little corner of Libya hiding now. If everything that Free Machar said is put out, which I can do, I have it here all over. If everything, like example, if I want to play that, if everything of Free Machar is put out in public, the anger will make some people not even to want to, they will want to run. Listen to this one, listen. To people who doubt, listen to this. If these things of Free Machar are put out, I tell you here, without doubt, some people will want to butcher Free Marshal wherever they see Free Marshal. Unfortunately, his brother Chris Arnold has fooled him to do those things. His brother Chris Arnold has fooled him to be saying those things that he used to say. Just because they want to protect the idea of AAC or the idea of the interim government. Today, what happened? Fellow Amazonians, today, where are they? That we will be asking a Kelebe where them they. We will ask them too where them they. It's a shame. It's a pity. One time I hosted Dr. Cho Ayaba and I asked him, what do you do? I said, doctor, when people fight against you, what do you do? What's your reaction? And Dr. Cho Ayaba gave me a succinct and a lucid reply. He said, when people fight against me, I have pity for them. Dr. Cho Ayaba told me, when people, he was in the platform, Liberation TV, that when people fight against AgovC AGF, he has pity for those people. That's true. Where are those people today? Today we are asking Ekelebe where them they. We ask them to where them they. But these are people that were used, brainwashed, to fight against their own brothers. The same Roma that Free Marshal used to kill other people in Libya. Finally, he is gone. Look at Shaja in Bui. Shaja was used to kill his own. Where is Shaja today? When Shaja died, the remaining Shaja's followers continue with the same mayhem, torturing civilians. Today, with all the commanders of the warriors, is only one person left. And that one person was a guard to the ADF general, Major General in Bui, General Assad. The only person that's left in Bui warriors is Sobu, who is acting today as, they call him the Field Marshal of Bui warriors. He was about a year or two ago, he was just a guard to the ADF General Assad. He is the only commander, only general of the warriors that's left in the team of Shaja. Even some of them turn and kill Shaja. They kill Shaja thinking that they will leave, but all of them have been dismissed. ADF has not done anything. They died in other horrific ways. The ancestors smacked them down. La République du Cameroon arrested some of them while they were running away from Bui and killed them. General No Pity ran away after discovering that the Bui warriors had lost the stability and legitimacy they had in Bui. No Pity, who had already settled in Bui, synergized with them to fight against ADF, ran away and went to his own state and went to his own place. He came and joined people.
And I know I have a job. He comes there.
Oh, sorry. So this video coming out. So he went to his own place, went to his own, state. He believed in, people believe in county by county. And then in your county, you can stay, you run and come to Bui. And you come to Bui not to seek refuge, but to see how you can synergize with Bui warriors to kill ADF. I've told the people of Bui, Mami and Papa Day, sons and daughters of Bui, as far as I'm concerned, I joined this struggle because La Republic was killing our people and our civilians. As a chairman of a charity organization, I've done highest charity in Bui. I want to reassure you, anything that touches our mamas and papas, touches our grandmas and grandpas, touches our ladies and gentlemen, sons and daughters of Bui, is my concern. Anything that disturbs the life of the people of Bui, rest in peace. In that case, I will not even talk. I will not make any statements. You will not hear any statements. But anything that disturbs the life of civilians in Bui, I tell you that here, rest in peace. There's no joke in this. You don't joke with the people's life. I can't joke with the people, my people's life. We people, you are deep in my heart. In fact, the Republic cannot kill our own. And then after we want to see the same children that are supposed to protect us are killing you. And then I will stay. No, that cannot happen when I'm alive. They will be wiped out. Physically, traditionally, magically, spiritually, they will be wiped out. And mama and papas, when you see something, say something. That's the only thing I'm asking from you all. When they come to terrorize you, report it to me. When they come to ask ransom, ADF will not ask ransom from you. So anyone asking ransom is not ADF. Report it to me. We shall give them ransom in a very strategic way. And if we have to give ransom, when they take them, we follow. We have been doing that. Maybe some of you don't know. We have, to everyone that reported the case of ransom today, I turned around and we negotiated the ransom and gave ransom. They took it. Where they made today? What profit a man to gain the whole world and knows his own soul? They are dying because they took ransom. We collected your data, collected your information while you were busy trying to collect but just a ransom. We were busy trying to collect your generic information. We collected your names as it appears in your those your mobile money that you put ransom in. Collect your monies and the reference numbers. While you are collecting money, we collect your data. And today you are nowhere to be found. Continue run behind civilians to give you ransom. We shall continue to give the money. But that is a strategy we are going to use to clean the land. That is a strategy that I told you people today. Listen to Free Marshall. About 3 years ago when he was fighting, this is in December 20, 2018. 2 years ago. December 12, 2018, 2 years ago. This is it here. Listen to Free Marshall. This is what Free Marshall said before they killed General Ivo. Before they killed General Ivo, this is what Free Marshall said. It did not take up to a few months. General Ivo was killed. I think 2 weeks he was killed. Listen to it.
And I know I have a child. He comes up. And I want to tell I have a child. Special warning for the General Ivo. So when they know where Red Dragon they pass, let them better find place go hide. Because we'll be capable for all. You know hide? You see? This man sword. Now he will take them. No be my baby. No be my baby. He will take them. And I love this baby.
Alright. When I don't hear that one way, na Free Marshall said if we talk. These are things that we have in our database. We see it, we have it. These are videos upon videos here. We don't create this. These are the words of Free Marshall. And so, I mean, look at this type of thing he said 2 years ago. Today, where is he now? Not ADF though. Running away from General Ayeke and hiding in the bush and making a hole inside a big tree to sleep inside. Sleeping inside a tree. But this is somebody who thought that the world was his, that he owned Amazonia. Somebody who gave warnings to everyone. Today he's running from Ayeke, that was his boy. Ayeke was his guy, his boy. Today he's running from his own boy. Why? Because Ayeke know all the weaknesses. Ayeke told him, let him fight, come out to face if he's strong. That he knows the weakness of his boss. Ayeke is calling him his boss. Savage. Sarcasm. So you people can see when ADF stand with what they are standing today because people don't show ADF wonders. Like the case in Bui. ADF go wake up, go say no collaborate. Then you want to go kill him. Come on. They went to collaborate and you kill them, you fool them. So you will never follow us again. So that's why we talk about collaboration. Unity has shown us all time. La Republic of Food, we will go, we say one go unite, then they will just kill me. Look what happened in Bui. Have you heard that time ADF was called ADF Reward Brigade? We went to unify with them and then they killed us not even 10 days after. That's what they wanted to do. Of course, they achieved the goal. So we talk about collaboration because we have been victims of unity. Now, Shaja, you know that Field Marshal means say Marshal for Amazonia. Look at all these people. No one has accepted to be a Field Marshal. Because they know when you accept to be field marshal, you become an enemy to Oliver. Field marshal. Now only Shaja for Bush, he accepted to be a field marshal. And Shaja was going on the field and fighting a Kelebes. Field marshal in DBLM was not going to the field and fighting a Kelebes. He killed 5,000 soldiers from his own bunker, the tree that he created in the bush. He will kill 6,000 soldiers there without pulling any trigger. He killed with the mouth only. But Shaja, I want to be honest with you, we trained Shaja. Shaja was a vibrant soldier. Shaja will go out and face the enemy. These facts. They fooled him. But because he became a marshal that was active, how do you think that field marshal will not even do any conspiracy or anything to kill Shaja? Come on. The death of Shaja is clear, was an in-house job. It was an in-house job. Because he was fighting too much and trying to prove that he's more than that one in Libya again. And then later on he refused to kill General Hassan as they instructed. As Willie and Kenneth instructed him to go kill the ADF soldiers in Bui. When he refused that, he's no more killing his own people. How do you think they will not kill him? I had told Shaja to run away and hide. He didn't listen to. A stubborn fly always follows the corpse in the grave. A stubborn cockroach follows itself in the mouth of the belly, in the belly of a chicken. Exactly. And so the laugh is the best laugh. I want to tell you, all supporters of ADF. The last laugh is the best laugh. It has been proven. Those who were fighting ADF, where them they today? Where them they? Where are those people that were fighting ADF? Nowhere to be found. I call you all to remain strong. Increase your commitment. The satisfaction level of ADF in ground zero got no measuring scale. Tapang, I will mention it here. We are totally satisfied with the ADF. We are totally satisfied, most importantly, with the ADF. They have delivered every resources they receive. We have seen the level of delivery more than what we have put in place. We are so proud that now we don't even buy more of these sticks from outside. We produce it on the grounds. We are using your commitment to buy the things for the armor now. La Republic will be surprised soon. The Dublin Declaration. The Dublin Declaration is going to full-scale active. The BBC and CNN shall be reporting the acts that you will see occurring. If CRT get canals, they go free report, and not say they don't get canals, they don't go report. We shall act and we will not report it. I will not report my actions in Gravero. I will not report. You have never seen me reporting my actions. For what? If I report, what about Telegram, my news? What will they report? You have people in the revolution that are journalists. They have to report what's going on. I see Telegram news reporting things that I have done. I clap my hands and I take a screenshot. I don't talk anything. I don't reply. I don't even talk about it. I keep it for future reference after independence. That's what makes you different. As a revolutionarist, you're not supposed to report what you do. Let people report it. And then make a screenshot and keep for credibility. So after independence, you go feel laugh small, say we'll fight until people who didn't even agree with us and we are reporting. God bless ADF. God bless you all Amazonian people. God bless you all the committers. God bless you. Continue to double your commitment, your monthly contributions. They are doing a lot of tremendous effort. This was Liberation TV one-on-one with Major General Verla. It's a pleasure being with you today. I want to thank all of you people for all your commitment, for all the good things that you are doing. This is in Tapang Iowa's platform. I want to thank you all for being there, for being with us. It's been a pleasure, and we are thanking you all for being with this struggle and not giving up. Who says that was going to be easy? Who says that was going to be very easy? Independence is not a walk in the park. Independence is not a walk in the park. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. And so in this case, I want to thank all of you for all the things that you have done. Thank all of you people for all your commitment. Thank all of you people for all your support. Continue to support. Do not be afraid, fellow brothers and sisters. We are for you. We stand for all of you. We are not for the AgovCs because they are already people who emancipated already. Not for Mandela's. If the revolution was for Mandela's, I have nothing to do because these are people who already understood the enemy. These are people already who understood how we have to fight. These are people who already understood that liberation this war will be executed based on self-defense. There are people who supported the ADF to stand. So I'm not in this struggle because of Mandela's. Mandela's are people who got it already right. AgovCs are people who got it already right. I am here for those of you that are not Mandela's. Those of you that are not AgovCs. And Dr. Cho Ayaba likewise is for those people that don't understand the reality. But we have something very unique to us. We do not kill those who don't believe in us. We do not kill those who don't believe in us. Because if that was the case, I myself could have been killed at the time when I was a federalist, when Dr. Cho Ayaba was talking about independence and self-defense. I was against it. I wasn't killed by Dr. Cho Ayaba. What makes me to think that for people to believe in Dr. Cho Ayaba and ADF, I have to go and gary people? It is not in my name. I don't think it's the name of Dr. Cho Ayaba. He is someone who believes in commitment, in preaching, in revolutionary doctrine. That we instead preach and make you to love your country, love your nation, not by force, from your heart, from the bottom of your heart. That's why I believe in Dr. Cho Ayaba. He did not gary me when I didn't believe in him. But people who are trying to gary you to believe in them, don't you not think that these people have evil agenda? That is why I tell you all today. Go and think. Look at AgovCs, how lovely they like their institution. Look at how they like and love it because they took their brain, took time, emancipated from mental slavery, and they joined. In AgovC, we join. You are not sophisticated upon. I want you people all, as you are leaving this platform, I have not asked you to come to become an AgovCist. I have not asked you to become a Mandela because no one asked me to become a Mandela. No one asked any Mandela to become a Mandela. No one asked me to become an AgovCist. I used my brain after I screened all the leaders in this struggle and found out that a bunch of them were thieves, embezzlers, and failed politicians, such as failed journalists, whom we have never seen in BBC reporting or CNN. They come to try to milk from their struggle. God bless you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. This is Liberation TV, one-on-one with Major General Verla. We've been live for 1 hour and 48 minutes. Thank you. Have a pleasant day and see you another time, another edition. Goodbye. Thank you. And I love you. I want you to know that we love you so much. I want you to know that we are always for you.
You've had your time. It's over. Ambazonia will be freed by patriot volunteers who believe in freedom. Ambazonia will be freed by the daring of our people, by a leadership that understands what the stakes are, a leadership that understands the nature of the beast we are dealing with, that make decisions based on careful thought and planning and not on sentiment. Ambazonians have
strong enough when by the grace of God. We said the past week we just passed. Now probably to Cameroon inside community say me they wipe anything with this Momo. Me they wipe Momo into dust. They enter Candy. They all can't thank them. When you go social media, you see fake information. They all wipe all the bars inside Momo. But they all can't thank them. You know she go. I did thank my brothers them. I sit down my brothers them. For Central Bank, General Commando. I say appreciate it too. For a great work too. Wait, you don't work too. Because they pass through the enter, they go for one area today. They say they wipe all things too. But they enter, they know say man boys in this Momo. Momo be unshakable. So far as this Momo be unshakable. La will be big na big when that Momo. La will be no just space when that Momo. Now who the control Momo? Now who get Momo? I will make Amazon for Moon and see. Me all now copy this one is an example. For example, Momo here. La will be the camera don't enter. Say me wipe the barrack for General Big number. Me wipe the barrack
You've had your time. It's over. Ambazonia will be freed by patriot volunteers who believe in freedom. Ambazonia will be freed by the daring of our people, by a leadership that understands what the stakes are, a leadership that understands the nature of the beast we are dealing with, that make decisions based on careful thought and planning and not on sentiment.